This week we have learned all about giving students feedback using various tools. We have learned about feedback itself and what makes feedback effective. There are three ways right there that Hattie and Dylan William and others in the assessment field tell us must be there for the feedback to be effective. And then you've learned all about lots of different tools to give feedback to students. So for this assignment, for this particular participation task, you're going to open a sample Google Doc. Let me open it here. Scroll down, here's our work. Let's open this sample Google Doc. All right, so here's some sample student writing at the very bottom. And I've listed those, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different options you have. You pick 4. Or if you want 5 out of 5, you pick 6 of those 8. And somewhere on this document, I want you to put at least 4 to 6, depending on the grade you're going for, types of feedback. So the text comments are easy. All right, highlight something and hit the plus there. All right, so voice notes again uses the read and write extension, which by the way we are totally fine to use. If you had uninstalled this, you can reinstall it, and if you haven't asked for the free for teachers version, you can say put Daniel Moss and my email address in there as the district Google administrator. But if you don't have it anymore, don't worry about it. Again, you only have to choose 4 to 6 of these, so you can use suggesting mode. Remember, that's up here. We've got, and suggesting mode then would involve you making a couple suggested changes, like a one suggested change on here would count as one bit of feedback, okay? The Google Keep we get through the tools, but you would have some sort of a Keep kind of a checklist of different a comment bank that you had created in a Keep note. I have no real way for you to prove this to me, so maybe put, if it's in a comment you're putting, let's say you're copying from a Keep note. Let's say you're copying a particular piece off of your Keep note. You can paste it in a comment. Just put somewhere in that comment that it's from a Google Keep note. As far as the checkmark extension goes, you'll need to install the checkmark extension for that to fully work. Also, it'll show up just as a regular comment, but it'll show the numbers 1, 2, 3, etc., depending on how many times that particular comment has been used. So pick something off of the checkmark extension. For Screencastify and Alice Keeler webcam, both of those will give you a link, a Google Drive link. Just put that somewhere in your comments. So just again, we're going to be using mostly the comments here, with exception maybe to the suggesting mode. The rest will use the comments area of the Google Doc itself. So that's kind of how I want you to do it. Again, if you also want to go for 5 out of 5 this week, you will also create a Google Sites page. And if you'd used a different tool for the previous, if you'd used a different web-based tool to create your website last time and you wanted to keep using that other tool, that's fine. I just need a web page created where you put those 3 main, right here, the 3 main effective elements of effective feedback. Okay, so just summarize that very briefly. Add an image as well onto your page, something that represents anything that you've learned. You don't have to describe the image or anything, just put an image on the page. I just want to know that you can do that, as well as put these 3 key things on your page as well. So don't forget, if you're using Google Sites to create your web page, you are going to want to, you're not giving me this editing version link, you're going to hit the publish button, and then when it gives you the actual fully published website, that's the link you're going to copy. Okay, you're going to copy your web page that you've created, and then in your assignment, when you hand it in, not only are you just going to turn in this Google Doc will already be there, but you will add a link and then paste that link from your Google Sites page. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So that is this week's participation task, giving feedback mostly in the comments area, unless depending on what you're doing. The Bitmoji, of course, you would just copy and paste a Bitmoji image onto your Google Doc. That would be one of them, something that would connect somehow, whether it's a positive sign or something something nice, preferably. Anyways, as well as if you're going for 5 out of 5, add that link in there, okay? And make sure your web page works. Make sure that you've set the publishing settings that anybody with Concordia at a minimum, or if you wanted to just give me direct access, you can. Remember that's done in the publish settings. There are ways in that when you first publish that page, you can either make it viewable to anybody with a link, anybody at Concordia, or specific individuals. Okay, you're not adding me as a collaborator to your website. Okay, you are just doing that all in the publish settings. Okay, so that is it. Make sure double check your work. Especially the website link, because I'm not going to chase you down for that if I don't get access to it. And good luck. Don't hesitate to drop me a message if you need any clarification whatsoever. And good luck.